The death of me, okay. This is how I die, Joe. This misery. Okay. Hi, I'm Erin Gibson, the tax manager at Complete Payroll. Okay, so it's time for year-end prep. Don't panic though, I'm here to help make sense of the year-end memo that we sent you. First, let's talk about year-end adjustments. The last possible check date that can be used for adjustments is December 31st, 2020. If you get your adjustment done before then, you have nothing to worry about. Otherwise, you'll risk potential penalties and interest from late taxes, especially if you have a sizable tax liability. Please make life easy for everyone. Get any year-end adjustments that you can into us by December 31st. So what am I talking about? Bonus runs. Enter these as soon as possible, if you're able to, in the first half of December. Typically, bonus runs have large wage amounts, and with large wage amounts come large amounts of taxes, which raises the likelihood of getting penalized for late payments. If you're waiting on a disability statement, please don't hold on to your bonus run to try and do these together. Third-party sick pay. First, it is important to remember that you have to report taxable and non-taxable sick pay. As you know, insurance carriers tend to be slow in getting out annual disability statements, but you don't have to wait till they get around to sending it out. Call ahead and request yours as soon as possible. Another thing to keep in mind is if your third party is going through payroll, it will be included on our W-2. So make sure to let your carrier know not to produce W-2s. Voids or manual checks. Any adjustment done in January will be through manual checks. If you need live checks dated for the closing year, they absolutely cannot be issued after December 31st. Fringe benefits. These are usually non-cash benefits like car allowances, PUC, personal use of the company car, tuition assistance, moving expenses, S-Corp premiums, and so on. Check out IRS Publication 15B for a full guide to fringe benefits. The important thing to remember about fringe benefits is that they need to be run with a payroll that has regular earnings to be able to absorb the additional taxes. Next, let's talk about W-2s. The goal of all of these adjustment runs is to ultimately get an accurate W-2 to your employee and to the SSA by January 31st. That's why it's important to make sure we are cleaning up everything now. Save your employees a delay in their tax filings and save yourself amendments by verifying employee information before January. How? In the beginning of November, we sent out a W-2 preview report to all of our clients. It's a preview of all your employees' information that will print on the W-2s. Go through that and check names, socials, and addresses. If verifying socials seems like too big of a pain, we offer a social security number verification service. Ask your customer service representative for more information. Also, make sure to verify box 14 of the W-2. Everyone has that one drawer in their house where they put their most random junk. Well, box 14 is like the W-2's junk drawer. Things that get reported here range from the lease value of a vehicle provided to your employee, to New York State paid family leave, SDI, union dues, non-taxable income, and more. If you want something reported here, please request it from your CSR as soon as possible. Also, if you have more than 250 W-2s, you are required to report the aggregate cost of employer-sponsored health insurance on your employee's W-2. Aggregate cost just means all of the employee and employer contributions. This goes in box 12DD. If you have that many W-2s and don't see it in box 12DD, let your CSR know. ACA and 1095Cs. If you are an applicable large employer in ALE and use our ACA services, we need to get 1095Cs to your employees as well. In November, we sent out a 1095 preview report to all companies with ACA. These reports are a quick preview of the same reports that will be sent to agencies. Look them over, and if anything looks incorrect, let us know now to avoid having to do reruns in January. Please remember, if you have 50 or more employees or full-time equivalents, which are not the same thing, we strongly recommend reporting employer-sponsored healthcare to the IRS. 1099s. 1099s are the black sheep of the annual form family. Everyone is so focused on getting W-2s and 1095s out that we forget all about 1099s. 1099s are due to the IRS by January 31st, just like W-2s. Make sure you don't forget about these and get them called in as soon as possible. New York State paid family leave. Anyone that had paid family leave will also have 1099s to issue to those employees that had the benefit paid out. Insurance carriers are required by law to provide these to your employees unless paid family leave is self-insured. If you are self-insured and you want us to produce your 1099s for paid family leave, please let your CSR know right away. 2021. So that's it, right? Once 2020 year end is over, you can just kick your feet up and relax? Not quite. There is plenty you can do to make sure that 2021 gets off to a good start as well. Update your employee deductions. This is medical, dental, life insurance, and 401k. Also, update your time off balances and update any company benefits and rates. Send us over any notices of unemployment tax rate changes, frequency changes, or any agency notices. Doing so will help prevent penalties and interest. If you have any employees claiming exempt from federal income tax withholding, their W-4 is only valid for 1 calendar year. To continue to be exempt, the employee must file a new W-4 by February 16th. Please make sure they do so. As always, we're here to make year-end easier for everyone. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, please feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help. In the meantime, happy holidays and welcome to Payroll Country. Can I do it all again, Joe?
You can do it.
No, I don't want to do that.